Welcome to the Telegraph Studio and Business Reporter's Digital Transformation Campaign, hosted by the Telegraph Online. I'm Alistair Greener, and today I'm going to be talking to Imran Khan from xAd about how to reach consumers as and when they're doing their shopping. Good morning.
Good morning, Alistair.
Now, the holy grail for marketers is to reach the right people at the right place with the right message. But of course, that's easier said than done. So how do we go about actually attempting it?
So if you boil a marketer's goal down to its absolute essence, what they're trying to do is sell products and services to drive revenue, almost at the lowest possible cost. Now, despite the growth in e-commerce, 9% of retail transactions actually still happen in the real world, in brick and mortar stores. So a marketer's dream is really to be there at the moment where the purchasing decision of their potential customer is taking place, as close as possible to the point of sale. Now that might be outside a fast food restaurant, it could be in the confectionery aisle of a supermarket. And with the proliferation of mobile devices, technology, what we're now able to do is brands are able to engage with us and build a personal relationship at the right place and the right time.
So how do smartphones actually help you with that engagement at the right place and the right time?
Smartphones are probably the first technology product that's sold to literally everybody. By 2018, we're going to see 2.5 billion smartphone users, according to eMarketer. Secondly, it's become the preferred way to access the internet. So the ubiquity of the device means that you can access the internet at any time and anywhere. Now, what's most interesting is that the smartphone is far more sophisticated than a PC. And one of its many capabilities, and probably its most interesting one, is that it knows where I am in real time. So if we look at what we do today, location actually plays a really integral part in everyday on-demand services that we use. For example, Uber, to get me seamlessly from A to B, Tinder if I want to find a love connection, or Deliveroo, a very successful UK business that delivers high quality food to my door. So as a result, what's happening is now shoppers are willing to trade their location data for a value exchange. And that value can be in the form of brands sending them loyalty points, coupons, or simply information about a product or service. And what this allows marketers to do is to understand their consumers and react to them in real time, in the moments that matter.
So how do they do that? How do they understand their consumers better using location?
Okay, I'll give you an example, and I'll use myself as an example in this case. I've been a BMW driver for the last 10 years, so you could call me something of a loyalist. However, if you look at my Google search results, recently I've been regularly looking at Lamborghinis. Now, if you were to look at those results and say, I'm interested in a Lamborghini, that would probably be the wrong assumption. Number one, because I can't afford one. And number two, because I just like looking at them because they're beautiful cars. However, what I'm seriously considering is actually going for a Tesla, because I like Elon Musk's vision statement of bringing electric cars into the mainstream. I think they're beautifully designed cars. And most importantly, they're affordable. But if I actually go down to the Tesla dealership at London Heathrow, then I'm definitely in market to buy a Tesla. I mean, that shows a serious amount of intent. But what do you learn from that? Well, obviously I'm in market to buy a Tesla, but more importantly, I'm in market to buy an electric car. So BMW, who I've been a loyalist for the last 10 years, could market to me with the BMW i3, which is their electric car, or the BMW i8, which is a hybrid. It also tells some other things about me. It might tell you what my income level is because of the car I'm going for. And if you combine that with the other locations I visit, like the gym I train at, or the supermarket I shop at, or the restaurants I visit, you build a really strong picture of what kind of person I am and who I might be. So what location really does is it shows a level of offline intent based on the places I visit, in the same way search shows online intent on the keywords that you type in. And then what it also does is builds a picture and an understanding of who I am as a consumer, and that's incredibly important to marketers.
I mean, location marketing seems to be fantastic and full of opportunities, but are there any challenges associated with it?
In reality, location is really hard. We see around a couple of thousand address changes every single day in the UK, which makes it difficult to keep up. We saw actually a couple of years ago, a big technology brand released a consumer mapping application that got so bad the Australian police had to warn people not to use it, otherwise they would die. So location is really difficult. And some of the challenges around it are actually understanding the quality of the location signals that are coming from our mobile devices. Is it coming from the GPS of the device? Is it coming from Wi-Fi? Is it coming from cellular towers, etc.? And what is the accuracy and precision of those data points? And that you require technology to be able to make sense of that. The second part is understanding the actual place data out there. Has your partner fully indexed the physical world, all your retail locations, for example? Do you understand if somebody's in the Telegraph building or outside the Telegraph building? So marketers really need to be able to solve these challenges to do location marketing effectively.
I mean, it's amazing to have that level of accuracy, but how do you turn that sort of local accuracy into a global scale?
Sure. So xAd is a global location marketplace. We reach around 300 million unique users across 100 million points of interest in 10 countries. And the way we do that is through display advertising across 70,000 mobile applications. So what we do is we help marketers understand and extract the value of location advertising. And what location advertising, in essence, what it does, it allows marketers to actually shorten the path to purchase, the purchase funnel itself, because you can reach people in the moment and influence them. An example of that would be if I'm near a McDonald's and you serve me a message to try one of the new menu items. What you've effectively done if I go into store is you've shortened that purchase funnel. At the same time, you could drive a message to me because I've been to a McDonald's previously and you want to drive me in for repeated store visits. So location marketing has a real part to play in marketers' strategies moving forward.
So you're talking about marketers there. So let's look at marketers in the future. What are the sort of things they're going to have to do to survive in business over the next 10 years?
Sure. So if we look at this through a retail lens, there are major paradigm shifts happening. We've seen the recent collapse of BHS and Austin Reed in the UK. At the same time, we're seeing Amazon grow exponentially and very successful in the e-commerce business. What you may have noticed is that Amazon have actually started investing in bricks, and they've launched their first store in November 2015 in Seattle as a way to get there. And I think that what they've done is they're inspired by how successful Apple have been in the physical retail space, and the fact that still, the majority of retail transactions happen there. What we're also seeing is the growth in mobile payment solutions. So we have Apple Pay, we have Android Pay, we have Square, which essentially allow marketers to close the loop on marketing efforts. If you combine all those things together, what you're seeing is an increased connectivity between the physical and digital worlds. And what that means is marketers are going to have to keep up with consumers' expectations in real time. The way for marketers to do that is through location marketing, because what location marketing allows you to do through your smartphone is bridge that physical and digital divide. And I think the marketers who will be successful will be those that can leverage location marketing to drive sale and loyalty.
Now, we're living in a smart world with smartphones, smart cars, and we're even going to be getting smart cities.
Sure.
So in this whole new environment of smartness, how are we going to, as marketeers, make the most of all of that?
Yeah, so I think there's obviously still a long way to go. I think we're seeing the growth in 5G, which will enable a lot of this technology, which is smart cities, smart cars, etc. But I think what's going to be important is all these things are going to be built on smartphone technology. And the only thing I can say is that location is going to play an integral part in that as well for marketers.
Well, it's a fascinating world and a lovely glimpse into the future of location marketing. It's been really, really interesting. Imran Khan from xAd, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you for having me, Alistair.